course, if it's super hot like it's now, get cold water most of the time. But if you have very heavy left side when you meditate, or you feel always very lethargic, without energy and all that, then absolutely get a little bit warmer water. If you feel you cannot settle down, your attention cannot settle down, then get cool water. But if you're not sure what to do and it's not super hot, then just get lukewarm water. But slowly you will understand why we use these different temperatures of water. And that's it. And there is one more step we always do for the first time in the side room, and that's we raise our Kundalini and we put ourselves into Bandhan. So it's really simple. I will get a picture, like a slide of that. And we do these motions every time before and after our meditation. We'll take the left hand. This is the hand, or the left side is the side of our desire. And we'll take the left hand and we'll just be lifting it from the waist or from the hip up above the head. So this is the motion that the left hand does. So, and our attention and our eyes can actually be can be looking at the palm of the left hand, the hand of desire. So this is how we'll keep our attention steady. While with the right hand, we'll be rolling up, so what we do, we do this rolling motion by starting underneath the left hand with the right. We put our hand towards ourselves and then away, like above and away, like that. That's the motion we are doing while raising our Kundalini. So this is basically what we're doing. We'll be raising our Kundalini like this, and on top we'll do a knot. So we'll do this 3 times, and every time we come up to the top, we do first 1 knot, second time we do 2 knots, and the third time we do 3 knots. So let's start by doing that. Let's just relax. Let's take a deep breath in. We'll start our meditation now. If you don't know what's going on, or if you find this complicated and it's the first time you're seeing that, don't worry at all. We'll send you material so you can videos how to do that at home. You can take your time, study these motions. But for now, just try to follow along as much as you can. Well, it's going to be really simple meditation. So let's just take a deep breath in and breathe out. Again, breathe in. And when we breathe out, let's relax the muscles on our head, the face muscles, the neck. Again, we'll breathe in. And again, we'll breathe out, relaxing the shoulders, the back, the arms. And now we'll open our eyes, look at the left hand, and very slowly with attention, let's roll the right hand around the left, raising our Kundalini, this motherly energy, up. And when we reach the top, we'll do a knot. Then we can cover ourselves. Bring our hands back down to the hip level. And again, just raise your Kundalini again in front of your spine, like the center of our body, up. Now we'll do 2 knots. And for the third time, Let's raise our Kundalini again. Our attention on the left hand. Now we'll do 3 knots. We'll do the bandhan. Bandhan is a protection we put around ourselves for this subtle part of us, the subtle energy that's inside of us. So we'll start at the left hip and go around like a horseshoe shape around ourselves to the right hip and then back again. This is the first bandhan for the first chakra. Now we'll do it for the second chakra. Now for the third chakra in the navel area. For the heart. For the chakra in our throat. For the one in the head. And then the 7th chakra on top of the head. And we can put our hands together and bow to this energy, Kundalini energy that we have awakened. That's a motherly energy that takes care of everything for us. Now we can take the right hand, and now the vibrations are nicely flowing through our hands, through ourselves, even though they may be very subtle and we may not feel it. But we'll take the right hand and do 7 circular movements on top of the water for Footsoak. We can ask Mother Kundalini, please vibrate this water so it will purify me, it will clear me. And now we'll place our feet nicely in the water. It's good that the water reaches or covers your ankles. If it doesn't, don't worry, next time. And we'll place our hands, our palms opened up, just in a relaxed way. You sit, palms relaxing on the hands are relaxing on your legs, on your lap. And let's just allow our attention to come inward from everything that's going around us onto us, inside of us. Now we'll take the right hand, leaving the left hand on the lap. Take the right hand and place it down towards the ground, towards Mother Earth. Mother Earth has the ability to purify the whole left side. The left side that starts with the first chakra and goes all the way up the left side of our body and ends on the right side of the head. So let's keep our attention on the left hand and on the left channel. And we can ask Mother Earth, please absorb all the problems of my left side. Whatever they may be, I don't need to know, I don't need to think or analyze that. All I need is to surrender that. So it leaves me into Mother Earth. Please, Mother Earth, absorb all these insecurities and fears that come from my conditioning or from the past experiences. Mother, please absorb all the wrong concepts or beliefs that I have that have been built in me from my past experiences. Mother Earth, please absorb the desires that I have that take me nowhere, or they actually take me away from the inner peace, the joy that I am. Please absorb all these desires that are never fulfilled, that are never allowing me to reach the spirit in me. And finally, please absorb any negative idea or emotion that I may have about myself or towards myself. We'll place our right hand now back on the lap and we'll lift the left hand up into the air, palms facing backwards. Now we'll be clearing the right side of our subtle system. The right side that starts from the second chakra on the right side, right hand side of our body, runs along up to the fifth chakra and crosses over in the level in the head and ends up as ego in the left side of our head. And here we'll surrender into the ether element, the heat, all this ambition, all the unsteady attitudes and ways we have. Everything that prevents us from feeling peaceful and surrendered. So we'll ask Mother Kundalini, please remove the heat of my right side into the ether, into the sky. Let me feel the coolness of the right side, the dynamism of the right side, where I can act without feeling the weight of my ego. And keep your attention on the right hand, the right palm, See if it's getting cooler and lighter. Please, Mother Kundalini, remove all my worries about the future, all the thoughts that make me uncertain and stressed about the future or about financial situation, housing, anything like that. Family situation, future, all that. All this kind of stress just be removed from my system so I can reach and be in the center. Now we'll place both hands towards the ground. So left and right, both, just let them fall down towards the ground. Palm facing down towards the ground. Allowing the Mother Earth to clear our first chakra, put us into balance so that the central channel can become stronger. Mother Earth, please absorb all the problems of my first chakra. The chakra, this essence of creation, this chakra that is complete purity in us. Please make me innocent, for there is no worry, no fear, no cunningness, nothing like that. Just playful enjoyment of life. Mother Earth, please let me feel the security and the strength that comes from a strong Muladhara, or this root first chakra. Complete fearlessness that comes from this first chakra. We'll bring both hands now back on our lap. We'll do a little further meditation to clear the subtle system more, for our Kundalini to be able to raise more, like more power awakened. And we'll do it the way I feel for the whole group. So let's now place the right hand on the third chakra, on the Nabi chakra. So on the belly button, that's where the third chakra is. This chakra is really important. It's where this inner peace is established. And it's where our attention can get lost on materialistic things, but it's also where our attention can go further up on the path of our evolution to away from materialism and all that, towards the spirit, towards the joy of the spirit. So we'll ask here, Mother Kundalini, please come into my Nabi chakra. Please remove these bonds of materialism, my attention that's lost on material wants. Please let me feel very generous, enjoy this generosity. And just know that you take care of everything. And let me feel this deep satisfaction that you can bestow upon me. That can only come from within. Mother Kundalini, please make me truly satisfied. And please establish complete inner peace. Let me feel and enjoy true peace. Now we'll bring our hand to the heart chakra. And let's breathe in very deeply here. A very deep breath in. Hold the air in the lungs. And then release this air. Again, breathe in deeply. And release. And again, breathe in very deeply. Fill the lungs with air. This is the element of the heart chakra, Aries. And then exhale. And we can ask here, Mother Kundalini, please come into my heart. Please open up my heart. Let me feel the joy that comes from the heart, that love, unconditioned love, and compassion. Let me feel that bubbling in my heart. Now we'll put our hands back down on our lap. We can actually press a little bit on top of the head, just a little bit. Can press on top, or in the center of the head, the palm stretched. Bring your attention up. And then put the palm back down on your lap, palms opened up. And keep your attention on top of the head and on the hands. Eyes can be closed or open, whatever helps you keep more focused. And let's allow our Kundalini to take away all the troubles. Let's try to allow ourselves not to think, just for a few minutes. Let's stay in this state. So we'll now open our eyes slowly, get back to this world for a little while, rinse our feet. We'll be ending the foot soak. So just rinse your feet, and we'll just leave the bucket at the side. So rinse your feet, push the bucket to the side, so we won't disturb this meditative attention. And to finish, we can again with our right hand do 7 clockwise circles to finish the foot soak, to wrap up all the problems that have gone into the water. After we'll be done, you'll just take this water into the toilet. So now the second part of our meditation we'll be listening to Sri Mataji's talk. And it's a beautiful talk about creation of human beings, from amoeba to human stage, and how this creation was really, like how science sometimes fights, it was only done without any, let's say, higher power or divine guidance, but how she explains through some law of chance, if you're familiar with, it's very, very hard to do it in this short time. Basically, it's a beautiful talk about how our Kundalini awakening, it's also the next step in our evolution when we can connect to this spiritual power. So let's now listen to the talk. It has only captions, it's not a video, but you'll be able to read the subtitles. Keep your palms open, your attention on top of the head, and try to stay in meditative state as much as possible.
It is not difficult to find out how this universe is organized. Every scientist who is open-minded can see for himself that this universe is a beautiful cosmos, is very well organized and has run very smoothly, and can also deduct that the creation of a universe, this particular universe, has led to the creation of this Mother Earth. Five million years back, about this Mother Earth, in gaseous form, seceded and was cooled down. How was it cooled down? No one knows. But if it was cooled down, why is it not that cool as the sun is? Because in the science, nobody thinks as to how. They just accept as it is. They are not supposed to know, or they cannot find out, because they have limitations. Why this thing happened? How it was done? It is easy to say there is no God, but very difficult to explain many things without saying that there is God. For example, the time that was taken for this universe to create a human being is so very short, that nothing can explain. If you use the law of chance, perhaps some of the mathematicians, if they are here, they may know, by which we can find out how many times The permutations and combinations have to work to create even a living cell. For example, in a test tube, if you have 50 red pills and 50 white pills, all arranged in such a manner that all the red ones are at the bottom and the white ones are on the top, you have to go on shaking them. And when you go on shaking them, they are all disorganized. Then to organize it fully, how many times one has to shake? They have discovered a formula that is endless to power something something. According to this formula, if human beings are created by chance, it seems an impossible. Because the time that is taken so far is so short that only at the most maybe some living cell could have been created. While a complicated human being has been created. And so beautifully it is organized within ourselves that it is hard to believe that some juggler was not behind the show. There must have been some scientist who has achieved these results. It could not have been possible by some special hand to do these things. I mean, if there was no organization, no thinking behind it, no planning behind it, and no powerful personality behind it, the Almighty, it could not have been possible. As science has its limitations, of course we cannot find out how it was expedited, how it took place. But we can see that we have achieved something in the field of science by one method. Perhaps that is the method that was used to trigger this also that fast. When I was young, as you are, when I was studying myself, that time I could never have believed that we could ever reach the moon. Nobody could have believed. If anybody would have said that, people would have laughed at such a conjecture. Even today, if you tell my grandmother, she does not believe it. She thinks it's just a story you are telling her. But we have reached the moon, no doubt. In this system, we have used a very wonderful system of putting 5 capsules one into another. And the one capsule, the lowest capsule, explodes and triggers the movement of the rest of the 4. Then the second one explodes and gives an acceleration many more times than it was already moving. The speed increases in such a tremendous way that suddenly we find the acceleration is so multiple of the first one that the second one, when it explodes, it gives another push to the gas. Then the third one explodes at a point. Then the fourth one, and the fifth one is the one that contains the spacecraft. This kind of explosion from one to another, through that built-in mechanism, we have been able to achieve this tremendous speed and acceleration. In the same way, our evolution has taken place. We have got this idea without even knowing about our evolution, from the unconscious. We have come to know how it has happened. But we cannot correlate both things together. So, in the same way, a human being was created out of amoeba, or amoeba was created out of all the elements in the same manner. We can say that we were made of again of 5 capsules. The first part is the physical. Our physical being, inside the physical being was kept our mental being. Inside the mental being was kept the emotional being. Inside the emotional being was kept the spiritual being. And inside the spiritual being was kept the spirit. Or our attention, you can say. Kundalini is the one which triggers. That is the one that explodes. So Kundalini is in everything. The Kundalini force in everything. But the best it is, highest it is, the most effective it is in the human beings. Because force to evolve from carbon to amoeba stage, and amoeba to animal stage, and animal stage to human stage exists in everyone. Even in the elements it exists. Because the elements also evolve. We do not know how they evolve, but it happens in the nature. That elements start changing their forms and rings, and they become different elements. The mass changes, but we have no idea because we have no way of measuring the quantum of this change that is taking place. Then the animals also change. Animals change from many fishes. They become reptiles. Out of reptiles, many become mammals. From mammals, many become human beings. Or you can say the monkeys or quadrupeds and then human beings. All this happening takes place. How many are destroyed and how many are transformed? Nobody has measured it and nobody has kept any account of it. Today we talk of a population problem. Perhaps many animals have taken, but you can see the effect of that, the way people are behaving. You can be sure that many animals must have taken lives, and they have yet to go lot of evolution and training as a human being to understand the value of human life. But once a human being starts evolving within himself, now we have been human beings, as they say, for 14,000 years. I think it is even more than that. So we have been human beings, say, for 14,000 years. We have been inside growing through our freedom. Human beings are the only people who get freedom to evolve themselves, to understand what is wrong and what is bad. This freedom is granted because without freedom you cannot go any further. For example, when you are studying in the schools, you are told 2 plus 2 is 4. Then you are given tables and you are told that 2 times tables are like this, you remember by heart, and it is like this. We do not question that 2 by 10, why is it 2 into 10, why is it 20? We do not question, we just go on and on and on. But when you reach a certain standard of education, say a graduation or a post-graduation standard, then you are given free to write thesis on this subject. Why is it that when you multiply 2 by 10, it is 20? Because you have reached a certain stage of development, at this stage you are given freedom to find out for yourself. That is how you are developed. And then by this development, you can teach the other people who are coming up. This is the way the evolution has been. So far, you have not felt your evolution. From amoeba to this stage, you have not felt. You do not know how you became a human being. You just take it for granted. Even if you see your eyes, they are so complicated. It's such a complicated organ that if you start studying them, you'll be amazed how things are made. If you just pick a print in my finger, immediately there's a reflex action. It is so nicely built. It is so nicely arranged. It is so quick. It is so efficient that one is surprised and amazed at the wonders of this kind of organization that is this human body. But you see what human beings are. They are inefficiency personified. I sent 4 telegrams to my daughter, and today she says that she received 1 telegram after 1 month. Human beings have been given freedom to understand and to develop their own efficiency, to receive the ultimate knowledge of the creator of this creation, the powers of this creation. And that is why a Kundalini is placed in the human beings alone. Though there is Kundalini force and there is Kundalini in another form in everything else that exists, only in the human being, when they get their freedom, this force is kept in the triangular bone, dormant, to trigger the last jumping into the unknown. Now this is there. This Kundalini exists. But to begin with, if I say, before starting all this creation, who was created first is most interesting and may not be very congenial to the mind of a scientist. It is much beyond science I'm talking now. That much before anything was created on this earth, holiness was created. What we call the Pavi. Sri Ganesh is the deity of that holiness. God has created this holiness to protect His creation. This atmosphere of holiness He created to protect all the people, all the creative things which are being there, which are being created by Him. Otherwise, nothing would work out.
So let's bring ourselves back, our attention on our subtle system, on our chakras. We'll bring our hand, the right hand, to Vishuddhi chakra, to the 5th chakra. Wrap it around the throat, the neck. And here, let's ask our Kundalini, this immense power, motherly, nourishing power within us, to come into this 5th chakra. Please, Mother, open up my 5th chakra. Let me enjoy this creation, myself, the world around me, without reaction, without my ego and superego producing thoughts of reaction. Let me just be able to witness this joyful creation. keep your attention on the neck, this fifth chakra behind the thyroid. And keep your right hand on it, giving vibrations. Now we'll bring our hand to the forehead. We can lean forward slightly, allowing the head to rest on the hand. And here to open the sixth chakra, where the thoughtless state starts happening. We'll say, I forgive. I forgive myself. I forgive everyone else. I don't want to be burdened by any kind of anger or hatred. Let me just forgive. Mother Kundalini, please come into my head, enlighten my sixth chakra, and just burn all my hatred, all anger, and all grudges that or any kind of things that I cannot forgive others or myself. I forgive. Now we'll keep the hand on Agya chakra wrapped around the forehead. And let's take Bija mantras of Ham for the superego, which means I am, understanding who we are, and Ego, which says you are, meaning understanding that God is looking after us. There's divine, much greater existence than we are. So we just say Om Ham Ksham. 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 Let's bring our hand to the back of the head, and here we'll simply ask, Mother Kundalini, forgive me if I've ever done anything against my spiritual ascent, against you, or against the Spirit. For sure, without feeling any guilt or anything like that. But just say, please forgive me. I will stretch the fingers on the palm or right hand. Let's press really firmly on top of the head. Let's massage clockwise slowly, but moving the scalp. And we can ask here, Mother Kundalini, please manifest fully or as much as possible in me. Awaken as much as possible and let me feel this part of my evolution from human being to the human being that can feel the spirit, that can be connected to the all-pervading power. We can now lift our hand a little bit higher up. Let's feel where we feel the Kundalini piercing out. We feel the cool breeze, usually can be warmer, but just keep our attention here. Bringing the hand back, allow it to rest on your lap. Let's try and stay for some time in meditation. If thoughts come, just don't allow them to take your attention away from your Kundalini, from your spirit. We can ask Mother Kundalini, please let me feel this great joy of creation. Please bring me into peaceful meditation without thoughts. Now we'll slowly open our eyes and we'll wrap up our meditation today by raising our Kundalini and putting ourselves into Bandhan like at the beginning. So we'll raise our Kundalini. Make a knot on top once. Then we'll do it for the second time. We'll make 2 knots. And then we'll do it for the 3rd time. And we'll do 3 knots. Now we'll put a bandhan on. So slowly with attention, we'll go hip to hip, from the left to the right and back. First chakra. And for the second chakra, we'll do again full bandhan. Now for the 3rd chakra, we'll bring attention to the heart and put ourselves into this cover. For the throat chakra, the 6th in our head, and finally on top of the head. And again, we can bring our hands together and give a little bow and respect to this great force in us, Kundalini, to the divine power that guides this beautiful evolution in us, when we can finally feel the subtle part of us. So officially we finished our meditation for today. So if you want, just stay in a nice state with little thoughts. Go ahead and leave the meeting today. If you have some questions, if something was confusing, unclear, anything, please unmute, let me know, ask. Whatever it is, if it's, yeah.
Thank you, Nika. What a treat.
Sorry. Hey, Mati. Hey,
this was
so nice to see you.
Great to see you too, and everyone else. Thank you so much. It was beautiful. Quite a nice.
Oh, I'm so glad, and I'm so happy to see you. Well, as you see, I'm in another continent now.
I know. I hope
different
okay.
Background.
I hope.
Oh yeah, it's really nice.
Good.
Yeah, it's going surprisingly smoothly with all sorts of things. Yeah, it's really great.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
glad to hear. Thank you so much.
Hey, you're welcome. So happy to see you, Mati.
Same here.
Naji and Marcy, you guys are, so, makes my day beautiful. So anyone else?
Yes, thank you very much. It was a very peaceful and pleasant experience. I hope you can hear me this time.
Yeah, now, it was so quiet before. I tried hard to hear you, but I couldn't. Yeah,
I'm sorry for that. It's been
no problem at all. It happens to me all the time. So it's all these little things on the computer. You have to figure out the Zoom, right? How to have everything done. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah.
So it's indeed there are very subtle effects. I don't know exactly how to evaluate. Probably I need more experience to make the difference between just being quiet and comfortable and having the feet soaking and relaxing from all the tasks I have to do, and make the difference with what is specifically the Kundalini energy flowing. I don't know exactly how to assess it, but probably with the experience will tell.
True, that's exactly so. Yeah, it becomes clearer and clearer, and
for sure,
and I understand all sorts of things we're doing here with our hands and all that. But you know, in a few, like you join a few times, everything will be very clear and simple. All
Yes,
that.
thank
Yeah.
you. And whatever the source or how well or bad I've been doing it, I feel much more relaxed and much more energized than when I started this session. So thank you very much.
You're welcome. I'm really happy to hear it. Yeah.
Yeah, so bye for now. Thank you.
Bye. 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 Have a good day. Yeah. So anyone else? Something to share? Something to ask?